Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Sunday. Before I get started, again, we've got 3 or 4 more days to sign up for this giveaway. PSA 6 Mullet or Trammel Rookie. Go back a few days. Last Wednesday. Contest ends this coming Wednesday. Also, I got a really nice care package from my friend Sammy Thunder yesterday in the mail. Some 1970s Red Sox stuff, like a Fisk, Fredlin rookie. And this card I've always thought was the perfect opportunity for a Fredlin autograph. Look at the way his arm is positioned. I assume that's his arm and his uniform. Perfect place to throw an autograph. And then he also threw in this tall boy Mel Counts. From one tall boy to another. I also, yesterday, opened 2 packs of cards. I'm trying to find some baseball. First of all, never open wax. That's my rule, never open wax. But I also do because I love it. I picked up this in one hanger pack. Cade Cunningham rookie. Optic. An Evan Mobley red ice, I guess. Rookie card, and this Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain red ice, which I thought was pretty neat. I'm going to be sending a bunch of cards off to ComC soon, so watch for that. So I've got this cool display of some of my favorite cards up here, and I thought it would be neat to see some of my viewers' cards. So I put out the call, and man, you guys came through. I've got 17 here. I'm going to go through them in the order in which I received them. So there's no favoritism here, just the order in which I received them. 17 of them. So I'm going to put up pictures as I talk through them. First of all, Tony, thank you for being the first person to send yours. He writes, I've got a display for my Cubs Hall of Fame cards, including my T206 Hall of Fame, Tinker Evers Chance, my 33 Gaudy Hall of Fame, Kyler, Grimes, Hartnett, and Herman, my 60s Cubs, Banks, Santo, Williams, and my 80s Cubs, Dawson, Jenkins, Sandberg, Smith, as well as 1950 Callahan, Cap, Anson to represent the 19th century. Very cool. Love this stuff. Thank you, Tony. Mikey G, custom wood display with iconic graded cards spanning some 70 years. Some really cool stuff here from Mikey G. Thank you, Mikey. Kevin, my buddy Kevin, his channel is Kevin's Cash. Enclosed, he has an enclosed wooden wall case and a couple of stand-up stands with great graded cards from his collection. Scott has an amazing display with a PSA graded mantle run, also mantle signed ball with statue, and a signed mantle photo. He also has a couple of modern Upper Deck game-used mantles that he included, and a mantle Christmas ornament. Pretty neat stuff. Dan, another Mainer from up north, way up north, he has a shockingly well-organized binder collection of complete sets. There's a cool Red Sox wall, another cool Red Sox wall, another wall that has a Griffey section and a 1980s Hall of Fame section. He has this neat card shop glass case, a wall of collectibles, another wall of collectibles, along with cards and Donruss puzzles. Very cool, Dan. When you live in northern Maine, you gotta have something, I guess. Fred sends me some really cool pictures. He has these vintage baseball gloves. He has half of the set of 20 of 1963 Hall of Fame busts. And then he has a bunch of Heartland baseball statues from 1958 to 1962. Phil of I Love Baseball Cards channel sends me his photos. He actually makes his own wooden displays so he can slide cards in and out. And he has a killer vintage collection. So thank you, Phil, for sending this along with several photos that show how these work. Very neat. Jordan has this killer autograph collection with a nice display. I see quite a few Topps Chrome Black autographs in there. Those are my favorites of baseball autographs for modern and ultra modern. I just love how they look, the black with the white space for an autograph, and they're all on-card autographs. By far my favorites. Brent's mother passed away in 2020. This was his grief project. He says that he worked on it daily. It helped him sort through his grief. He looked at it every night before going to bed. He says 2 of the displays are mainly unopened wax. 1 is mainly game-used jersey cards. 1 is mainly graded cards that he rotates in monthly. And all in, it cost him $30. Bart sends me photos of the display that his wife and grandpa built him for Christmas a few years ago. I really enjoyed the 90s Beam Team collection that Bart had. That's a set that I would love to collect. I don't have any of them, but it's just a really neat. The 90s basketball inserts were, I think, the best. Jason has my dream room in his basement. It has so many hockey things. Very, very cool stuff. Just a really nice, clean, organized room with really fun stuff. Matt, similarly, has a clean look. He has wooden shelves with Christmas lights, which I think makes a nice ambiance. And he also has an E93 Wagner. An interesting story, Matt thought it was an E98 Wagner. For a long time, they look very similar. He sent it off to get graded, and it came back an E93. There are some subtle nuances, I guess, between the two. So neat story there from Matt. Tom sends in his wall display in his hobby room. He writes, "The biggest challenge was getting the cards to stay in place. I ended up putting them in penny sleeves and using sticky tack on the back side. The back of the picture frame and sticky tack holds the cards in place. This is a display of my 1969 Topps cards opened from wax packs as a kid." Very neat, Tom. Thank you. Brian sent me a cabinet he got from Tyler Morris Woodworking. He says that these are pricey, as you can probably imagine, but great craftsmanship. It looks amazing. He says that the shelves are adjustable both inside the cabinet and on the inside of the doors. And he has a very cool collection too. So great stuff, Brian. Steve, and I don't need to say this really based on the pictures, but Steve is from Ontario. You know he's a Canada guy just from all these photos. He writes that he got back into collecting this year after 30 years away. He has some special items in there, including a 91 Canada Cup hat with autographs from 4 Hall of Famers, including Wayne Gretzky, Steve Yzerman, Eric Lindros, and many other All-Stars. There's a Patrick Waugh display, including his rookie, and a Wayne Gretzky display too, with 2 additional on-card autos. Not too shabby. He's recently added a J-Rod Bowman auto, Vlad Jr. Chrome rookie auto, Bichette Clearly Authentic rookie. He has an Alex Manoah Clearly Authentic on the way in the mail. He has 2 Scotty Barnes rookie autos, and I emailed him back wondering what happened to Scotty Barnes this year. And he had a pretty good explanation for what may be happening with Scotty Barnes with some injuries. Pascal Siakam rookie auto, Billy Beane signed baseball, and he has a John Candy autograph in the display case. So really, really neat stuff. He wrote that he collects his teams like Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, Raptors, plus Ken Griffey Jr. and Julio Rodriguez. He says it's basically a display case with some LED lighting added, and the doors are usually closed to keep his 3-year-old daughter out of it. I understand that. Thankfully, I am past that stage. And then Island Card Collector Steve says that he cut down an old china cabinet, and it now proudly displays his top 48 cards on his office wall. He writes, "It was a labor of love for sure." Very neat, Steve. Thank you. David sends in displays of his TTM and in-person signed cards. These are all UFC. I'm not into UFC, but I can appreciate a good project like this. This is awesome. He now has duplicates as well. He says these are from his old house, these photos. He has a new home now with a basement remodel in progress. He says that the red collages are his baby. He completed the 180 base card checklist and got all of the 2010 UFC Top Series 4 signed either through the mail or in person. Awesome. I love this. I'm so glad you guys sent me in your photos and your stories. I should crowdsource content more often. This was awesome. I think the next one, we're going to do another one pretty soon, maybe in a week or so. Let me know in comments. What did you like here? Yeah, that's all. I'm scheduled to have an interview tonight if the person gets back to me, although I may have been ghosted. But I've got a lot of really cool stuff coming out soon. Thanks very much for watching.